Well, welcome back everyone to Stevo Runs, the channel created for like-minded people who are looking to become fitter, healthier and better people. Something if I can do that, then I know that you can too. Right, I'm on a Maffetone half marathon today. See what that brings out. It's quite tricky, it's really wet. You see the puddles and the stuff I'm going through. I turned back a minute ago from a completely unpassable sort of puddle, but it's all part of the fun. If you hear my watch beeping, it's because I've reached my tether on the heart rate. While going uphill I'm talking, so it happens. So yeah, I like to do a MAF half every so often. It's like an over-exaggerated version of the MAF test, I guess. See where you are, compare it to others. Although conditions change a lot between them both, you know. Now I'm done, it's just building a good base still. Continuing what you're doing. I'm only 6 miles in to my one today. Average pace like 8:05, so happy with that so far. I'm expecting it to get worse pretty fast towards the end. I'll head back into town, but generally it's about the usual what's going on at the minute, pace wise and all that, so happy with that. If you haven't tried the Maffetone Method before, I'd really give it a try, because I'm not going to bang on about it, but if you're new to this, have a look at it. It's a form of running at a low heart rate for quite a lot of miles. Eventually your pace speeds up, and I suppose I got a little bit of living proof that it works, because when I was training too fast back in the day, my marathon times were 1:59, 1:56, 1:54, sort of around that sort of area. It was really hard, but now, only because it's method, not because of anything that I do, but just because I follow, it's enabled me to get half marathon done in sort of quite better times, even with my heart rate staying low. So hopefully it'll be in the 140 something today. Let's see what happens. Sorry, there's lots of cars coming along here. I've took a really sort of busy route today. I usually do this first thing in the morning, it's dead quiet. But today it's sort of lorries and stuff. My missus would probably freak out if she saw where I was running today, with the lorries that come past on the main roads, but I'm trying to record on the quieter country roads. So yeah, whilst I'm here, I thought I'd just quickly explain my targets for this sort of race season, if that's what you want to call it. I've only got 2, but I've been trying 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, and I've got my full marathon coming up. So I'd really love to get my 5K down to sub 19. I did one yesterday and I weren't too far away, but I've got a video coming up about that, so I'll explain that another time. 10K I'd love to sub 40 minutes, so 39 something. I'd absolutely love that. Seems quite far away in a minute, but training's getting in the right direction, slowly but surely. Half marathon I got in Oxford, about midway of October, so about a month to prepare. I'd love to sub 1:30 that. Again, it's a tricky one, what I'm going to go for. I'm going to give it my all that day. I've been training hard for it, so see what happens. My fastest so far is 1:33.50 something, so I've got 4 minutes to try and clear. And then finally, and most excitingly, I have my, slow down a bit, I have my full marathon at like 28th of November. So that one really is the aim, is to finish it. Because of the training I've been putting in, I'd love to go for a 3:30 marathon. Like people who've done it before, you might say that's a long shot and I might be pushing my luck a bit. But I'm going to give it a go. You know, if I end up walking and doing it in 4.5, I'll still be happy that I've made it round, or even 5 hours. You know, I'll just go with the day and how I feel. Let's see what happens. But the aim is 3:30. So there's my targets for the rest of this year. I've got a nice marathon plan to follow, starting in like 2 weeks. I'm going to follow that to a T. And I've been doing extra mobility work and strength training at the moment. I feel like that's really helped. My hips feel more limber today. I've been stretching my hips out Right, my run's not been out of breath for this whole thing. It looks like it. I'm not cheating the MAF, but I've sneaked over while I'm talking to the camera. I always do. So the idea of MAF is that the effort needs to be easy the whole way around. I have my alarm set at 148. My MAF is 150, so that alarm sort of stops me going over when it does, and get down before I get too far over 150. So that is the plan. Right, busy roads. I'll be back in a moment. So I was saying about mobility work and all the strength training. How much do you guys do? I literally got to a stage, I don't know if it's because when I've started running or forever, I've never really noticed, but I tried to do some mobility workouts and I literally couldn't cross my legs like a school kid, like a kid and sit down, you know? I couldn't sit and cross my legs. But it started to limber up now, but that's a bad state to get in. But I have heard that the running can make your hips seize up like that. Please let me know how much mobility you do and strength training. Do you do too much that it interferes with your math progress? Things like that. Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested. Alright, so I am 9 miles in to my MAF half marathon. I'm not too bothered about time, you know, it is all right training. Like I said, I started to compare it with others. I can't even tell you what the last ones were, to be fair. But my pace is like 8:13 now. If we stay somewhere around that, under 8:20, I'm really bloody happy with that, to be fair. Another thing to ask too, compression socks. I've probably just seen a clip of them, but what is that about? I haven't really looked into it enough to know. I know it's supposed to send more circulation around your legs. But to be honest, everything on my body feels loose today apart from my lower legs. I wonder, are they for everyone, or do they benefit everyone, or are they for certain people? I'll try them out today just to see. I don't know if I'll try them again, but let me know your thoughts. Right, I'm about 11 miles in on my MAF half marathon. Effort's still easy on breathing, apart from when I start talking now and I get up. But you just find that as your cardiac drift slows your pace down, you start to feel it in your hips and your form. You start to get a bit sluggish, so something to think about is to keep your heels sort of flying up at the back. Even when you're slowing down, try and keep the form similar. If you find yourself sort of dragging yourself along, it becomes way more tiring and even more detrimental on your heart rate, so something to think about. Right, about 2 miles to go. I'll see you at the end. Alright, so Maffetone half marathon completed. I think I got the pacing just right on that. I'm not out of breath, although my legs are tired, I ain't gonna lie. What I'm finding is the only thing that I think might hold me back, I feel like my lungs are okay for the full marathon. I think that what might hold me back is my legs and my hips and bits, but I'm trying to work on that. But it feels like as you start to get slower because of the MAF training, because of the pace you run, heart rate you're running at, as the slower I get, the harder it feels on my limbs, and they start to deteriorate pretty fast. So I think the sound plan for me for the marathon when I get there is to run MAF until I start to fade away a bit faster. And I think maybe I'll just, because my MAF miles are around 8-minute miles at the beginning, for a good 6-7 miles, sometimes 10 miles. And then I go to 8:05 and I'll start to waft up to 8:10. Today, half marathon, my average mile was 8:19 at MAF. So what I might do, when I start to fade away, say probably about mile 10 to 12, something like that. It'd be different on a day perhaps. I'd probably just go back to 8-minute mile pace and just let my heart wander. Because you can let your heart wander sort of 15 above MAF. If I was running at 165, I still think I'd feel comfortable, but my aim is 3:30, so I want to do sort of 8-minute miles if I can. If I can make up some time on some downhill slopes, happy days. If I can make up some time for later when my legs have given in, I'm getting a bit tired or hit the wall, as they say, I've got a bit in the time bank to fall back on if need be. So anywho, that's me. 8:19, half marathon. I'm not sure what the time is, my battery died out on my watch just in time at the end. I'm going to go and see if that's faster than the half marathons I used to do before this training, and see how much benefit I'm getting from it. Okay, so that's about it from me, from wet and windy England. This is Stevo Runs. Please hit the subscribe button at the bottom. Follow my Instagram and my Strava if you like Stevo Runs, and I'll happily keep tracking yours. I'm interested in everyone's story, so let's get on it together. All right, see you on the next one. Stevo Runs.